So, a dashboard is one of the most important pages for a Notion user. Whether you're using it for personal, work, or a team dashboard, you should definitely know how to lay out one. So today in this ultimate dashboard guide, you will learn exactly how to build a dashboard that fits your personality and some secret best practices only the pros know. This is Connor Notioneer, and the main thing about this is I'm going to show you how to utilize best practices. So it doesn't really matter what this dashboard is. I'm just going to make generic link databases and all that kind of stuff. But the main goal of this is for you to be able to look at this and go, okay, this is a great way for me to lay out my workspace. Everything, whether that's personal, whether you've got a team space dashboard, this will work for both of those. So to start off, we've got our new page. Obviously, every new page in Notion comes up like this. We're not going to click anything at the bottom here. If you hope, you can see my cursor. So we're not doing any to-do lists, weekly patterns, tables. Notion recently changed this if you've been using it for a while, where now it's less crammed at the start. So we're just going to call this dashboard. And I'm going to add an icon here. So I've just clicked that above. And I'm actually going to go to the icons and see if I can find something in my usual Notioneer. There we go. This will be our dashboard color. So what I like to do with every dashboard is, now we're on a page. If you haven't used Notion before, basically everything is a page. You can nest pages inside pages infinitely within databases and things like that. So I'm going to triple tap the dash or hyphen button, and that's going to give me a divider. Now, because we're doing a dashboard page, we will want the full width. So we're going to go to the right hand corner, click here, and then do full width. Now, if you've seen suggest edits, don't worry, I will get there in a later video. That's something we're cooking up. So in Notion, we've got loads of different blocks. So if you want to open that, you click your slash button. And I'm just going to toggle through these quickly for you, just to see all the kind of different things you could add to your view. Obviously, we've got all the database stuff, all the new things, charts, which I'm very excited to make a video about, headings, everything like that. Perfect. Let's go with a simple dashboard though here today. So I'm just going to come down a couple rows. I like to leave a couple 2 rows at the top in case I want to add something above it later on. Now, the first thing we want to do when we're creating a dashboard is multi-columns. So before in Notion, you need to drag these out and put these drag a block right to the end. But now we have this simple command. So we're going to do /col, and that will initiate the advanced block section. So we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5 columns. Personally, I think 2 columns is best. Having used different devices, if you do 3 columns, you will end up, it looks great on desktop. It also works if you're on mobile. However, if you go on an iPad, or if you've got a folding phone, or if you use a tablet, it starts to bunch up. Not great. So I would go 2 columns. Now, what we want to do with this is split them into 2 different sides. So the first thing is, I'm going to go and put a heading in. So I'm pressing my slash button again, H, to bring up the heading rows, and I'm going to go, for this I'm actually going to go heading 2 to show you in a larger style, and here I'm going to call this quick actions, and then again I'm going to hit the divider. Now you can see the dividers only come up to about halfway across the screen. That's actually where our column is. It will always do it equidistantly, whether you're doing 3, 4, 5, etc. Drag this across. Now we're going to do the same, H2 /H2 for our next one, and we're going to call this views for now. Now, this may be too much for you. This may be too small. So what we're going to do is just quickly drag that back over a little bit. And now you'll see when I do things here, this is all contained to this side. So what we're going to do is, we are also going to put another heading here, and I'm going to call this navigation. Now, there's 2 different things once you do from this. You can either keep these as pages, or you can be a bit more stylistic if you want. However, be wary that this squishes it a little bit on certain devices. So for example, I'm going to slash again. I'm going to do a call out. So that brings me this little box here. Now this is a great little box because you can change all of the colors. So I've got this as a default blue background. This is typically what I use always. If you've seen my videos or products before, you'll know that I like to use the blue with the yellow /gold, I guess, icons. Now, what we want to do is we want to do link to pages or add new pages. So I've done /link and I'm going to pick my Notioneer Business Hub, for example. Say these are just random pages, but it's to show you, I'm linking things in here. 2023 personal dashboard. Outdated now. I now have my 2024 one, but you get the point. We'll add another one here. There's the 2024 one. And what I'm going to do actually is just take this, drag it. You can drag these individually and just move these in under here. You can have these where you press space and it doesn't come up, but now if you added a page, it would be the same thing. If you added, so if I do page, and I'm going to call it example page, for example, and I come back. Now, if I'm actually making very, very deep nested pages, I might want to put a breadcrumb in, so /bread. That will show me exactly all the links where I want to go. Normally I want to put that right at the top of the page. So dashboard, let's go back there. So we've got example page, right? And then we chuck that in there. That's definitely one way to do this. You can also just leave these pages underneath if you want. Now, we've also got our quick action. So again, you can either do this with a call out or not, or you can leave it. I'm going to change the emoji here. There it is. There's my click button. Now, what we want to do here is buttons. So buttons, I will have separate videos on. However, buttons are really simple. Well, let's do this. New task, for example. We're going to change the emoji. I will put this as a little tick box. And then I'm going to add an action. So you have a lot of different things here. Inserting blocks, adding pages, editing pages, showing them, opening them. We want to do this as a multi-step at the moment to show you how I would lay out a typical dashboard. So say I've picked a task or project dashboard. So I want to add a page to, then it will come up with this. What page do you want to add this database to? Now I'm going to say Notioneer tasks, and it will come up. I selected in my Notioneer task database, I've typically already got a default task, but you would be able to check this and pick a database template from that dashboard. So if you've got new meeting and you want to have buttons to add new meeting notes for different types of meetings, you could set an individual button for each meeting type. Now, that's great. We're going to add that task. However, I also want to be able to open that once I've done it. So I'm going to add another step here, open page, center peak, side peak, full page, you can choose. Then I'm also going to click this and I'm going to click new page added. Now what this does is when I click this, this shows me everything that comes up in here. As you can see as well, I've got my task list and some notes. Very simple template this is. But as you can see, as we were showing before, I've got this breadcrumbs. So this is my page that I've just created. Here's the task database. Here's the task manager. And that's my main page. So I can go in here, put all my details in, etc. So what we do is we then add in all of our tasks, whatever buttons we need to do with whatever it could be. So that's kind of our main navigation. Every single dashboard page that you make, I personally believe that this is a great way to do it because you're actually giving yourself a lot of opportunity to nicely lay out things. You can even make this navigation call out block a synced block and put it in a lot of different areas. That works really well too. For the right hand side is where you want all of your views. You want things listed out. You want exactly what are your key areas that you want to be seeing. So I'm going to type linked, not link, linked view of database. Now I'm going to link to Notioneer tasks, for example. And I have lots of different options here. So maybe I want a list view. I've created that. Look, here's all my lots of lists and tasks that I need to do. And I've put this just here as an example. And then imagine if I come down here, I'll just make another one. And now I just want to have products, for example. Just do the same again. Link to view. Notioneer products. Ideas maybe. I can put in launched. Let's go with launched. We've got another list view, but it works either way. You can change this for gallery view, etc. Whatever views you want to put in. Now, once you've done all of this, I like to put at the bottom of my page, this divider. Putting a divider at the bottom shows that you've actually split between your multi-column layout has ended. So if you're having multiple multi-column layouts at different column amounts, say 2 at one part and 3 at another part, you're splitting it up like that, and that's brilliant. So that is essentially how you create all of these things. Now I'm just going to add one more thing in here. So I'm going to add a little bit of text in. I'm just going to drag this above here. I am going to create a toggle block. I'm going to call this table of contents. You can also call this it's going to ask me to do that now, a quick links. What this does is gives you a little toggle, and what we're going to put inside here is we're going to do slash again, table of contents. That's in our advanced blocks. Now what this does is gives you a little hyperlink here. So if you're on mobile, you open this up and you can click views and you go, I'm going to go down to products, and boom, it links you straight there. Really useful, really great. So now that I've got everything I actually need, I will get rid of these. Now, if you've seen any of my products, I normally have a help resources toggle at the top that you drop down. It's got videos or it's got things like that. So again, really useful. This is a really simple dashboard. This is just a best practice on how to lay this out. If you're using your navigation, you might also want to put a page called databases, not the main database itself, or you might want to put this right at the bottom and call it a danger zone where you don't want anyone to touch it apart from you. You can lock that page as well. If you go up to the top, you can lock the page here. So you might want to make a database page and lock it where all of your other databases are nested inside, and then what you're actually putting on your view is a linked view of your database, because you don't want to actually put the page somewhere where someone else can delete it or you can delete it. Trust me, you really don't want to be running the risk. So yeah. Now, this is really important. If you are a big Notion nerd like I am, you're definitely going to want to check out the description for some amazing freebies. We've got templates in there. And if you turn on the notification bell as well, you will also be getting lots more Notion content from me. So yeah, also watch this video next that YouTube thinks you'll really like.